Inside a greenhouse located at the far right on the school compound, young girls and boys are busy caring for cucumber plants which are springing up in troughs. Members of the Agro Green Club, who number up to 70, spend a few hours here each week caring for the plants. The cucumbers were planted 2 weeks ago and expected to start bearing fruit by the end of November.
As you can observe, our plants are doing very well. There's a lot of moisture in our potting mix or soilless mix. So over here we don't use soil at all. We have a potting mix made up of a mixture of compost, rice husk, and then we have cow dung and coconut peat. So this is a mixture. It's able to hold a lot of water for a long period compared to soils that regularly are used on most farms. So we expect our cucumber plants by the second month to be fruiting, and then we can start harvesting. But in between that period, we'll be doing our normal cultural practices like picking out a few weeds, and then we'll monitor the plant to see if there's any ill health. Then we can have an intervention like applying pesticide or fungicide to check any disease infection. But as much as possible, we'll try to limit the use of the regular insecticides. This time around, we want to go organic. So we'll try and limit that. So that's why we have a lot of organic matter in our soil mix. So they will be actually supplying our plants with a lot of nutrients.
Science student Wendy Osman says a lot of effort was put into getting the place ready, and it's paid off.
We've learned a whole lot, new different techniques. When we came here, the place was flooded because I heard there's a stream behind the school that's overflowed, and then it came to the greenhouse. So the place was really destroyed, so we had to start from scratch. We came here, the people were really, really supportive from the JHS and the SHS. We had a lot of people coming here. We cleared the whole place, and we had the peats that we had, they were infected, so we had to get new ones. We had to dry them in the sun, and then we took new ones, that's the coconut husk and then the rice, and then the rice husk, the peat, and then we mixed it. We were all using shovels, and it was really nice. We had teamwork going on, and after that we poured them back here after some time, and then we watered to make it moist, and then we planted. And we had to clear the buffer zone to prevent the infections or diseases from coming into the plants because it's a greenhouse. Last year was beautiful. Last year we had a wonderful harvest. During our visiting, we sold some to the parents, and the parents, they just wanted to buy it to encourage the children. So it was really nice. They were full of cucumber creeping all over. It was really awesome. We came and then we harvested some of them. We got well over 2,000.
She intends to pursue farming in future.
I want to own a very big farm. And so this was like a way of practicing while I'm in school. So it was very good for me because I could learn and pick up some basic things here before I get into the real work in university. I think farming isn't that easy, but I love it. It's good for me. Since I was a kid, I've been having little backyard farms, and I didn't really know that was what I wanted to do. But then as I thought into it, I was like, I really love to farm. And it's nice. I can do it anywhere and everywhere. Why don't I just become a farmer? So I thought of it, and my dad was really supportive.
Final year student John Jerry Dadsi tells me he's come to appreciate the importance of farming.
Being part of something green that's moving the world into a better place, it's always been in my mind, because you realize that these days we're all going into manufacturing of some sort, forgetting that the raw materials come from simple plants. So entering into agro-green, I just had that in mind, and basically to give me a upper hand when I decide to move on into something around farming in my future. We're all tasked with putting up some plantains, and it's nice seeing them because most of the time they chop them up for us to eat as cocoa, and it's quite nice knowing that you have a hand in that. Being a farmer is not what it sounds like. It's actually a good thing to do because you realize that watching something grow, watching something develop, it becomes a part of you. It's not all about computer these days. I mean, it gets boring. But when you're over here, once in a day, you see something that will get you up and you feel better working with plants. So everybody should try and work with plants sometime of their life.
Imagine if each plant is going to give you at least 30 cucumber fruits.
The Ghana Christian International High School farm was started about 7 years ago. Apart from the cucumbers, students have cultivated cabbage, cocoyam, plantain, and banana.
My grandfather was a farmer, and I was actually interested in some of the things he did on the farm, like his pigs, his plantains, and all the fruits on his farm, some of the produce he brought back home when we went to his house. And I also wanted to know how to manage with certain plants. Like for now we have cucumbers, so all the health benefits and what it can do for people.
My grandpa wanted to take me to his farm in Axim, and I wanted to join Agro Green to learn how to do it before I get there, so I can help him and not stand there and watch.
Okay, so what have you learned so far?
Well, I've learned pre-planting. I've also learned how to take care of the seedlings before they grow. And I've also learned how to make the compost that we used to take care of them.
First off, I didn't really like the club. I was like, farming and stuff, but after I joined because of a friend. And after I joined, I found out that there are benefits of indulging yourself in agriculture, and yeah, I later on found passion. When we came here in my first year, we planted plantain. Yeah, so we did tree planting, and we also started vegetables it's in front of the school. We did onions and we did pepper, and we also did tomatoes.
There are also fowls on free range, about 500 snails, as well as 84 rabbits and a piggery for learning purposes.
At the moment, we have 150 of them, including the piglets and the pigs. Yes, we feed them with some of our kitchen leftovers, and then we actually that's a supplement. That we give them the real prepared feed, which we have in our sacks there. Yes, actually a balanced meal. So we give them, so we feed them twice a day. Sometimes we give them also some fruits like watermelon. It's not really their main meal. Yeah, so we try to balance their feed. Basically, the piggery is to help with teaching and learning in the school, teaching and learning of agri, and also biology and some other subjects. Apart from that, we've started also marketing them to the general public, so people come in here and buy. Let me see if I can get some of them out. Sometimes they try to hide. Yeah. Okay, these are smaller ones. You can hold them, but let me get to the very big ones. These are very young ones. Yes. All right. So you can pick them out. Pick them out. Yeah, that's a very large one. Take them out. Yes. There are even much bigger ones than these. But feeding them is very simple. You just need leafy vegetables like this, contomere, even pawpaw, your leftover lettuce or cabbage. You feed them with it. But you try to also add some minerals from eggshell, because their shell is actually from a mineral source. So you need to give them some minerals so that they can grow their shell. So you just need your leafy vegetables like contomere or cocoyam leaves, right? So they will actually be feeding on it slowly. But later you come and see that they will eat the whole piece and just be left with this whole part. Yeah, so you can give them some leftover lettuce. Yes, you get them some water. They will, in their own time, they'll also come and take their water. Yes. Feeding is very interesting with them. They do it slowly. Usually at the time when the whole place is very quiet and cool. Yes. And then you need to cover the whole soil with like dry leaves to keep the moisture in there. Yes, because if the moisture is not good enough, they will dig into the soil to go on hibernation. When conditions return, they get back.
For these students, it's about having fun while equipping themselves with useful skills in cultivating crops, which they say could feature prominently in their future plans.
Remain calm. Here, not here. Yes, here. The ears, yes. So it will be calm for you. You see, it's very calm. You hold it by the ears. So it will remain calm for you. They're really cute, right?
Yes, I know, right?
Cute rabbits. Yes.